This is the entranceway to my friend's property. It's right adjacent to ours. I'm walking up the path to his gate, and we're looking to move to another area. Just thought you'd see some more of the area. I'm gradually, if you've been watching any of these videos, trying to show you real time, give you a feel for this property, believing that one day somebody's going to happen upon the video and ask the question, Jonathan, where do you live? And want to see it more clearer without having to fly in an airplane or drive a long distance. I'm hoping that you will see things through these videos and partner with us in turning this property into a renewal restoration retreat, which we call RRR retreat. So there's my neighbor's brand new house. Last year he completed that. He owns 16 acres, which is where I'm standing, to his house and a little bit past, and then back into these woods over here. And you can see there's a pink post. That's the property line, and then it goes back straight into the trees there. 16 acres. My friend Joel, this is the corner of his property, and then he goes this way to the river, that way. But this is basically a direction of his property right here. And then the property line between Joel and me is represented by this path, and this what would be in the old days the fence line for the beef cattle that used to graze here. Our desire is to use this 11 acres, which you're seeing right now. So kind of like a gradual hill, which includes that barn. We're trying to sell this acreage if we can't get funding. So we would release this 11 acres to a ministry or a person who God had raised up with a like passion as ours to use this property for a conference and retreat center. And up there in the brow of that hill, kind of the center of this shot, is where we wanted to build a large conference type, looks like a house, kind of a log cabin design, having two wings and a central meeting area, great room, and then having a deck aiming this way. Beautiful sunsets happen in the summer over that sky. You'll be able to look down on the pond. It's like shaped like an L. It used to be, the river used to come this way, and then a few years ago, maybe 20, they redid the pond or the creek so that it would go straight, and then this became blocked off by beavers and turned into a natural pond. So down here is the corner of our, headed toward the corner of our property, headed towards Tom's Creek. So now these are, you can see the trees here, these sycamores that line the bottom end of this property adjacent to the river. What I'm going to do is walk back the path that is connecting my friend's property and ours. You can tell it's wet. A lot of rain the last few weeks, so been really difficult for farmers. But they should already had their stuff in. But can't really drive on this mud. It just needs to think in it. So this is the path that separates our property. This is the line. You can see these little posts in the ground. It's probably feeling like a documentary now, boring as can be. Just looking at trees and a bunch of fall leaves. But if you were interested in partnering with us, this is what you would be buying. You'd be buying this area, which, looking back up the hill, Yeah, hopefully you can see the barn through the trees now. That all the, now that we're into almost winter. I want to clear out an area in here, I was thinking, and put a cabin or two, because you're right next to the creek, or the river, which we're about to see here in a few seconds. And this is one of my favorite spots to sit and meditate. God has spoken to me a lot in this spot. But this is the corner of our property, directly opposite the corner where the big rock was. You can see there's a lot of rain last night. The river's up a little bit. But this is such a beautiful spot, and has a nice sound till it rolls over some rocks right here. But this is the corner of our property, and we get this frontage and half of that creek all the way up to this big rock that you've seen me preach by yesterday when I preached on the business in the church. I was positioned at the other corner that runs next to, that fronts this creek.